So the next part we'll be discussing is the circuit breaker. As you can see here, the circuit breaker, like the name implies, it's make sure that the voltage, there's no return voltage back to the alternator. So if there is any fault in the building, what the circuit breaker does, it trip up. You can see it goes down to make sure that the generator is protected. But sometimes it can be faulty also. It's a component, and on its own start tripping. Then you know that it's time to change the module or the breaker, so to say. Sorry about that. So what is the next thing to do? From here you can actually see the turbocharger. The almighty turbocharger is here. What does it do? It increases the mass airflow to the engine. So the air comes in from through a clean air is needed though. So it comes here, comes into the turbocharger, and it's compressed and sent into the combustor chamber, as you can see. So how does it operate? Exhaust gas from the engine comes in here, spin the turbo, you have to spin it in here. It does spin it, and that with that operation, the turbo dragging air to the engine, while the exhaust gas goes out from this direction. So for this engine, we have an interface module here. This is what is referred to as interface module. It coordinates the signals from other switches and interact with the module here. So you have the starter motor down here. When you give the command start, what happens? The signal is sent to the module to turn the engine. So that's the key module, the starter motor here. Have the solenoid, and then the other part of the starter. So we discussed some time ago, we talked about the MPU. You have the magnetic pickup, as you can see from here. So it actually determine the position of the engine. Is the engine running? Is it stopped? So once the engine begins to roll, as commanded by the starter motor, the magnetic pickup will sense it and send the command to the module that the engine is rolling. You need to open up the fuel for this engine to run. So most time it can cause the engine not to start if it's faulty, because it will not actually know that the engine is cranking. So like what we did today, we replaced the fan belt, as you can see from there. So you have the alternator. We have two type of alternator: the DC alternator and the AC alternator, alternating current and direct current alternator. What does a charging alternator do? Make sure that you charge the battery. The current that you use in cranking the engine will be replaced back to the battery for storage. So what else do you have to know from this angle? I talk a little about the battery that stores energy. So you need power to turn the engine. So that is the function of the battery, as you can see from here. You need a 12 point to 14 point volts to be able to power this engine. Anything that goes beyond that or below that, there's an issue. You need to pay attention to that.